The boy they called an alien couldn't finish a sentence without his classmates laughing. Words trapped in his throat, face twisted in ways that made other kids recoil. But when Rowan Atkinson put on a ridiculous brown suit and became Mr. Bean, something impossible happened. His stutter disappeared completely. The world saw a comedy genius. He saw a prison. Every episode drained him so badly he counted the days until filming ended. Now at 70, the truth about what that character cost him is finally coming out. On January 6th, 1955, in a farmhouse in Consett, County Durham, the Atkinson family welcomed their fourth son. 3 brothers remained after their oldest, Paul, died in infancy, a tragedy that cast a shadow over the household before Rowan could even form memories. One brother, Rodney, would become an economist and nearly lead the UK Independence Party in 2000. Another would fade from the spotlight entirely, and Rowan would become the most recognized face on Earth. Growing up on that isolated farm meant a quiet, disciplined childhood, the kind of upbringing that shaped introverts and deep thinkers. But it also meant fewer opportunities to practice the one thing Rowan struggled with most: speaking to other people. When Rowan turned 5, the stutter arrived without warning. Not a mild hesitation, a complete blockage. Words would trap themselves in his throat, his face contorting with the effort to push them out. Durham Chorister's School transformed into his personal nightmare. Canon John Grove, who worked there for decades, remembered him vividly as the shy boy with the rubber face and the broken speech. The other children had a name for him: Alien, not the cool superhero kind, the freak kind. The kind that made you eat lunch in bathroom stalls, avoid eye contact in hallways, and pray teachers wouldn't call on you in class. Tony Blair sat in those same classrooms, 2 years younger, watching the cruelty unfold. The future Prime Minister never forgot what he witnessed. In 2007, The Independent published a detailed account about just how brutal that bullying really was. Rowan was isolated, mocked, and made to feel less than human during the years when most kids are discovering who they are. Then, something impossible happened. Rowan walked onto a stage during a school play and the stutter vanished, gone. Like his brain rewired itself the moment he became someone else. He could speak, perform, breathe, only there, only when he wasn't himself. The stage became the only place he could exist without shame. That discovery would save his life, but it would also create a dependency that haunted him for decades. The bullied kid with the broken voice became something unexpected, brilliant. Top science grades, acceptance to Newcastle University at 18 for electrical engineering. Everyone assumed circuits and machines. Nobody predicted laughter. In 1975, he graduated and followed his father to Queen's College, Oxford, pursuing a master's degree in self-tuning control systems. He even started a PhD. His professor, Chris Robson, said Rowan never stood out in lectures, invisible, forgettable. But when he performed at the drama club, the room went silent in a different way. That same year, a young writer named Richard Curtis stood in a rehearsal room watching some guy in the corner. Then Rowan performed a sketch about driving and Curtis's jaw dropped. He would later call it pure genius. That moment created a partnership that would reshape British comedy. August 1976 brought the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. Rowan performed for a national audience for the first time with the Oxford Review. Not a sensation, but enough. Enough to make him wonder if maybe he didn't have to be an engineer after all. Between 1978 and 1979, the BBC rejected him repeatedly. His comedy was too strange, too physical, too different. The stutter came roaring back during every audition. Anxiety crushed him. He seriously considered abandoning everything and returning to engineering. The logical choice. The safe choice. Then he discovered the key. When he fully transformed into a character, completely became someone else, the stutter disappeared. He didn't need to be Rowan Atkinson. He could be anyone but himself. In 1979, the BBC finally gave him a shot on Not the 9 O'Clock News. The first episode aired October 16th to less than 1 million viewers. Critics destroyed it. Mel Smith, his own co-star, called it the worst half hour of television he'd ever seen. One BBC controller disagreed. He ordered another series immediately. That decision saved everything. The second series brought Gerald the gorilla, Rowan playing an intelligent gorilla humiliated by captivity. When the professor mentioned capturing him in 1968, Gerald erupted, "Wild, I was absolutely livid." That line became legendary. Scientists actually started calling groups of baboons a flange because of that sketch. The show won a BAFTA and the Silver Rose at Montreux Festival. Rowan Atkinson was no longer struggling, but the pressure was already destroying him from the inside. On June 15th, 1983, The Blackadder premiered with an insane premise: what if Richard III won at Bosworth Field? Rowan played the scheming Prince Edmund. They filmed at real castles with massive budgets and period costumes. It looked incredible. It was also financial suicide. The BBC nearly cancelled it after one season. Too expensive. Mixed reviews. Only an international Emmy saved it. Everything changed in 1986 when Blackadder 2 arrived. Ben Elton joined as co-writer. They abandoned the expensive castle shoots and focused on character. Rowan's Edmund became wickedly sardonic. Baldric transformed from clever to lovably idiotic. The chemistry became electric. Then came Blackadder Goes Forth in 1989, World War I trenches. Captain Blackadder, Hugh Laurie as Lieutenant George, Tony Robinson as Private Baldric. Funny, yes, but devastating. The final scene with soldiers. Charging into no man's land in slow motion became one of the most powerful endings in television history. Best Comedy Series at the 1,990 BAFTs. Rowan won Best Light Entertainment Performance. In 2004, over 282,000 people voted it the second best British sitcom ever made. Rowan later admitted this was his least stressful project because the pressure was shared. Everyone carried the weight together. That was about to end. January 1st, 1,990. Over 13 million people watched the first Mr. Bean episode. Rowan had created the character years earlier at Oxford. Almost no dialogue, pure physical expression. It sold to 245 countries. One episode hit nearly 19 million viewers. The world fell completely in love. Rowan was suffering in silence. He didn't enjoy playing Mr. Bean. He said it openly years later. The character was exhausting, emotionally draining, spiritually crushing. Since Bean barely spoke, Rowan had to communicate everything through his body and face. Every episode left him depleted. He looked forward to the end of filming like a prisoner, counting days to release. The 1,997 Bean movie made over $251 million worldwide, broke opening records in the UK, hit #1 in Australia, became the fastest UK film to reach $100 million before even releasing in America. The success made his trap tighter. The world demanded more. He couldn't escape the character he created. In 2002, he found partial relief through Mr. Bean, the animated series. 52 episodes where he only provided the voice. No physical torture. The show kept the character alive while giving him breathing room. By 2024, they were still producing new episodes. The 2012 London Olympics brought one final performance, Rowan as Mr. Bean during Chariots of Fire. Over 26 million people in the UK watched, 900 million globally. One of the most tweeted moments of the night. It left him drained for weeks. Many consider it his last major physical performance as the character. In 2018, on The Graham Norton Show, Rowan made a confession that shocked everyone. Filming was difficult and exhausting. Nothing ever felt good enough. The perfectionism was eating him alive. Back in 2012, he told The Telegraph he wanted to retire Mr. Bean. Watching someone in their 50 seconds act childlike felt sad. Then in 2016, he reversed course, said he'd never retire the character. By 2018, he changed again. Bean was unlikely to return. But never say never. The man who made the world laugh couldn't let go of the thing destroying him. But there's one moment that revealed who Rowan really was beneath all the characters. March 2001. Flying with his family in Kenya, when their pilot suddenly fainted mid-flight, Rowan had never flown a plane before. He grabbed the controls and kept the aircraft steady until the pilot regained consciousness and landed safely in Nairobi. At 46 years old, the stuttering boy from Durham, who became an engineer, who became a comedian, who played a fool, saved everyone when it mattered most. On January 6th, 2025, Rowan Atkinson turned 70. The official Mr. Bean YouTube channel has over 35 million subscribers and more than 12 billion views. Comedy schools teach the Atkinson method of silent physical performance. He's been called the 21st century Charlie Chaplin. 12 major awards, 18 nominations. Billions of people laughing across every continent, and he still believes he's not good enough. The alien everyone mocked became the man everyone loved. But the cost? Only Rowan truly knows what he sacrificed to make the world laugh. If this story completely changed how you see Mr. Bean, smash that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment telling me which Rowan Atkinson moment hit you hardest. Want more untold stories about the legends who shaped your childhood? The next video is already queued up. Don't miss it.